These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Frank 26. HCL equals a new exchange rate because that's what HCL has been waiting for. What are you going to do? Take your Iraqi citizens' oil and mineral rates and calculate by pennies and give you 47 cents every month? I don't think so. All right, Militiaman says that 24 budget needs to be taken care of. It needs to be exposed. They haven't exposed that 24 budget because it is really sensitive in the sense of it has to deal with their real effective exchange rate. They're telling people that they're going to do something, that the expectation is pretty high. They're telling the people that, they're openly telling them that their purchasing power and the need for those national cards is really important, where you won't get the value what you're supposed to. It's happening as we can see. All right, Claire, article quote, Iraq announces population census results at over 45 million amid slight increase in males. Quote, Al-Sudani pointed out that the number of males reached 22,784,000, 62 people representing 50.1%, while the number of females reached 22,623,833 people, representing 49.8%. Families headed by women are 11.33%. Those headed by men are 88.67%. Number of housing units in Iraq reached 8,037,221 units. The percentage of floors is 92.1%. The percentage of apartments, 6.6%. Percentage of mud floors is 4%. Percentage of population under working age, less than 15 years, is 36.1%. Percentage of population over working age, 65 years and older, is 3.7%. All right, moving on to Sandy Ingram says the Central Bank of Iraq has imposed regulations on currency transactions. As of January 1st, 24, Iraq banned cash withdrawals and transactions in U.S. dollars to prevent the misuse of hard currency reserves and to comply with international sanctions, particularly concerning Iran. Despite the control, the Iraqi dinar is used in international trade, and country engages in foreign exchange activities. The CBI has increased overseas dollar transactions through the official global SWIFT system to combat the black market and ensure compliance with international financial standards. Due to restrictions, exchanging Iraq currency for U.S. dollars is difficult. As investors, it appears we must wait for Iraq's future international policies before we can trade in our Iraqi dinar for U.S. dollars. All right, Mark Z via PDK, quote, article quote, Iraq's 2023 budget. Will the amendments get the budget back on track? Mark Z says, remember the budget is for 2023, 24, 25. They are talking budgets, tables, oil, etc. this week. Several controversial laws are hitting Parliament tomorrow. Article quote, Parliamentary Finance reveals budget paragraphs covered by the amendment, unquote. Mark Z says this includes all the stuff voting on tomorrow. It's getting exciting in Iraq. We may just see the RV this week. I am feeling very upbeat. All right, Walking Stick says auctions are now only needed for the government of Iraq because all oil sales in USDs are done in USD. Then they are converted to IQDs because they are phasing out the dollar. This equates phasing out the auctions. Everyone will only use the IQD in Iraq. Moving on to Guru Samson has an article, quote, Turkish Trade Minister, Iraq is our third largest trading partner. All right, Frank 26 says, I bought my first dinars back in 2004 when they were commissioned by the IMF to print new currency. I jumped on it right away. $1 million back then was between $500 and $600. Do you realize I have doubled my money if I was to go in and cash my dinars in right now? I'd walk out with a profit, but I don't. That's not my end goal. I'm looking for a real effective exchange rate that will only occur in a float. It will only float once they release the new currency with a new rate. In my opinion, that's what we are witnessing right now. And lastly, Militiaman says, is it over just yet today? No, but the cool part is we can see the expectations are running really high of getting your currency, Iraqi Dinar, value, purchasing power, because you're going to revalue your currency. They're openly talking about things like that. They're telling us like it, and they're telling us the citizens like it is on TV. It wasn't just one person, so many people. Now we have confirmation again from boots on the ground. That is exciting. They got it this morning. We don't have a date, but that's okay. We can see that it is happening.